Hi dear Sagittarius, welcome back. This is me from High Vibes Tarot. This is your Sun, Moon, Rising sign and Venus love reading for January 2023 for the sign of Sagittarius. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Perhaps next month's message is the one for you. But I've always believed in synchronicity, so there must be something in here that you need to hear today. Speaking of synchronicity, and there must be something in here that you need to hear today. The continuation of this reading is in the link in the description box below. One more oracle card for you, and you could scroll down at the end of the page so that you can make your own 3-card spread using the Star Spinner Tarot deck. Just be sure that you are setting an intention before you shuffle it. Just so you wouldn't find yourself shuffling it, so that you could get the answer that you want to hear. If you're still confused about the description of the cards, you could send me a screenshot of your 3-card spread through tarot@highvibes.com so that I could give you a brief interpretation of your own reading. Thank you for being here. And here is the core energy of your reading, the Tower. Something has been swept under the rug. For some of you, you could be very unhappy in your current relationship, but you're staying for some reason that you're not also happy with. For others, perhaps if you are married and you have children, you're thinking about the children instead of your happiness. You don't want to call it quits simply because you have children, and you have that illusion or thinking that you could still work it out, or perhaps you could endure it just for your children. Think about your happiness, dear Sagittarius. Also, you have here, look at that. First few cards in your reading, everything has been stable, everything has been going okay, but not really stable and okay, but perhaps stagnant. With these cards, I could say that this is a stagnant one, because there are some things in the relationship that needs to be addressed, or should have been addressed and some time ago, but you haven't faced it, you haven't gotten the courage to finally face it. This is leaving. Look at that. There is death. The bunny is crying for it's a Viking style kind of burial. Somebody is unhappy to leave the relationship, but is also equally unhappy to stay in the wrong relationship. I'm not in the position to say that it is wrong, but it feels like there seems to be emotional dissatisfaction, a burden, if not unhappiness in this kind of relationship. Perhaps there is mental torture, mental conflict that is going on around your head, and instead of you to leave it all behind, you carry this burden. This is excess baggage to me. I mean, there are a lot of hang-ups in this relationship that makes it so hard for you to level it up, or to do something that is refreshing for both of you. There is stagnant energy. I mean, look at her. She's doing fine, but sulking. She has that expression of a sulky face. I mean, everything is fine, everything is doing well, but not enough to make you feel better or to make you feel happy. It's only you who could say that this is an unhappy situation, but you have here the World card in reverse. Something that needs to be closed for a long time now, but there seems to be no action yet done to close this chapter, or perhaps there is no willingness for you to act on this dissatisfaction, or to act on releasing those burdens. You have here, right, and at the core of your reading, your energy is the Tower. This is Rapunzel. This is, you know, that something that is not built on a solid foundation is about to fall apart, will soon fall down, whether you like it or not. So that is the Tower in upright. Reverse, this could mean that you have seen it coming. You are seeing it coming, but you're not doing anything. Instead, you respond with sweeping it more under the rug, or turning a blind eye on something that needs to change, or something to work on. I apologize for that background noise. The pets in the neighborhood are very excited all the time. Let us draw more cards for our dear Sagittarius. Perhaps one of you see, and so it ends in tragedy. I could be connecting with a Sagittarius born individual who is married and on the verge of faltering, a falling of foundation, being slapped with by the universe with more burdens, so that more challenges, so that you could finally face whatever it is that you need to leave behind. This could also be traveling, charging forward, doing something. I mean, you really want to leave, or if not unhappy. Somebody here really wants to leave. However, you just want to leave out of resentment, or you want to leave, you want to pack your bags right now without actually reflecting on what it takes two to tango, on your not taking accountability. I mean, the resentment is okay. It's okay to feel bad. It's okay to feel resentful. It's okay to mourn the loss of, let's say, the spark of a relationship. But what seems to be not okay is that not recognizing your part in it. Perhaps for some of you, you could be blaming your person. You could be, but it's also not okay to blame yourself for everything. I mean, what would help you is to express it. I mean, you could go pack your bags, but just don't ghost your person. That is what I am getting. If you would choose to leave this burden behind, or to unload that burden, you will be quite successful. That could also mean expressing or engaging in a heartfelt conversation with your person as to how you could change things if you still want to work it out, or how you could be a better person towards each other. How can you empathize about their situation? What are they going through that you could help them with, instead of you leaving the situation behind. I mean, flying away, packing your bags without actually giving them the benefit of the doubt, or giving them a chance to express themselves. It's not just you who is feeling burdened in this relationship. In all relationships, I think that if one of you feels burdened, I mean, it's your duty to express it, so that they are not born to your wife, your husband, your partner is not born for, or they're not in a relationship with you to guess what you're feeling. They're not there to instantly define how you are feeling. I mean, we are often misunderstood, and sometimes we blame others for not feeling the way we do. And if you would do some root cause analysis in that, you will realize that you have not expressed where you're coming from. You have not asserted what you want to happen. You have not asserted your desire, or not even finding an effort to meet them halfway. There would be a success here that is right smack in the middle of your spread, and it has something to do with you laying the burden down, getting out of it. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to break up with your person. What I'm saying is that you could start with expressing yourself, unloading that burden down, and not carrying it with you. You have to heal your hurt. You have to heal your trauma first if you would want to progress into a new chapter. If that is your desire, to progress into a new chapter, to make changes, to feel the changes around you, then you have to take action. You have to get out of your head and perhaps express it. Look at her. She is riding a paper crane. This is one of the fastest moving messengers in the tarot. I mean, you may want to assert your truth. You may want to assert yourself, and you will be successful in that. But make sure that you are not doing it just to blame. It seems like an endless battle. Never ending battle. Endless battle. What am I talking about? An endless battle. Too near yet too far. For some of you, you may be in the middle of a divorce. For some of you, you're in the middle of you're in a cooling off period. um, be mindful of the temptations. You could be in a codependent relationship, that's why you are having a hard time to get out of it. So it seems like an endless battle, a toxic relationship. So right in the middle of your spread, dear Sagittarius, once you express yourself, just make sure you have a solid plan. Once you charge forward and do something to help yourself move forward, you will be successful in it, especially if your intention is to lay the burden down, to free yourself from the burden that you are feeling, for that dissatisfaction, for you to move forward. Have that intention to move forward. I mean, from a loving space. It's not like saying I want to move forward, so you have to do this, you have to do that, you are this kind of person, you are an annoying person. It's not that kind of moving forward. It's part of that what would make it a successful one is for you to acknowledge your faults, to be accountable, to be responsible for your misgivings too, and to be able to forgive. So do not allow your desires to overpower your judgment. Always see, you are already in that planning phase. I mean, what to do when I get out of this. I should meet more people. Perhaps for some of you, you're already dating somebody new, and you're doing it as an scapegoat for you to forget your challenges, to forget your troubles, let's say marriage troubles. Be mindful that you are overpowering your sense of, be mindful that you would exhibit a lapse in judgment simply because you really want to get out of it now. If you would want to get out of it now, perhaps use the energy of this magician, of this planning, of bringing something to fruition, to face this chapter first before you finally let it go. You need to shake things up, and it has nothing to do with you venturing into a new relationship, jumping into a new relationship. You have to shake things up. That means you have to shake your energies. I mean, if you are feeling resentful, maybe you have to address that first. In what ways can I forgive? In what ways can I discuss this with my current partner? In what ways can I move forward with still with love and a compassion for myself and for my partner? Okay, let us get what the universe wants. No, the energies of the person Sagittarius is dealing with. How about the person Sagittarius is dealing with? What is happening with Sagittarius' partner? If you're having, perhaps your person has that energy of possessiveness. The person you're dealing with is very powerful. Even if you hide them, whatever your plans are, they could smell it. They have an idea what you're planning. So you better discuss it with them. Perhaps you are fearing that to express yourself to your feelings to your person because they would judge you for it, or that they would manipulate it so that it would serve them once again. And if you're a cross watcher, perhaps you're not coming from a space of understanding your person, your Sagittarius. Perhaps you feel that I am picking up on blaming each other in your reading, dear Capricorn. There seems to be an endless cycle of pointing fingers, and your person seems to be a force to reckon with. He or she is very strong, very intuitive, very mysterious also. And so if you're a cross watcher, perhaps your Sagittarius is not expressing, or they are shutting down simply because when they assert their truth, it's either you would shut them down, or you would not welcome it, or perhaps you would immediately think of a you have a clever way of getting things your way, and that is somehow fear. This is what I mean. Your Sagittarius knows you inside and out, but they know your capacity. You're capable of wrecking wrecking everything, wrecking their plans. And so your Sagittarius is planning something. It's like a grand escape, a heist. Ocean's 12 ish. Both of you are planning something. Your person is very intelligent, dear Sagittarius. You could be dealing with Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. They are the master planner. If you are planning right now, they are more good at it. They are better than you in terms of planning, and so you're planning very discreetly. And so you're acting mysterious. But here's the thing, you don't realize that both of you are seeing each other now, or perhaps acting in a way that your partner is your competitor. I'm getting a competition here, an energy of competing against each other. You're not in competition with one another, and perhaps that is how it turned out to be. It has turned sour and you never expected to turn sour. You're now trying to compete with one another, not having that open conversation, if not hiding your plans from your partner. I mean, life is getting in the way. Grudges, holding grudges. The person you're dealing with seems to be holding grudges. They're also dissatisfied and unhappy about the situation, but it's kind of living by the day, enduring each other by the day, being bland towards each other every day. But right under that, if you go deeper into that behavior, there is resentment, there is a lack of forgiveness, there is a lack of compassion. I'm sorry, dear Sagittarius, that's what your cards are saying. I mean, it has turned sour that you're being competitive against each other, but underneath all those are just sadness, burden, mental torture. You had here the Tower. This is similar to this one, which is from their energy. They know that something is wrong. They know that something has to be dealt with, but they are staying for the wrong reasons. You saw it coming. You saw it coming. Both of you saw it coming, but both of you are choosing not to act on it. Both of you are choosing not to do something, and both of you are still blaming each other. The Justice card here is just a representation or symbolic of not recognizing that everything that happening around you is not a test of character. You're seeing it as a burden or a slap from the universe, or consequence or punishment. You're seeing it as punishment, and so you know you're a strong person, and so you retaliate. If you're a cross watcher, channel the energy of this High Priestess. The High Priestess is all-knowing. All-knowing, that's only God. Intuitive, very connected with your intuition. Full of wisdom. Not just knowledge, but wisdom. How can you use that wisdom to behave in such a way that it would be for the highest good of all? In what ways can you move forward with still that love, which is the very foundation of this marriage or of this connection? I mean, the Justice card here means justice will be served to whoever deserves it. But justice is not just all about that. I always associate justice with forgiveness. Everything that starts with forgiveness, you liberate yourself from all the burdens that you are experiencing. There is dissatisfaction, not because you have a lousy partner, but there is a dissatisfaction, perhaps because you can't forgive yourself, and you can forgive your person for it. I mean, both of you are planning, but coming from a more naive space, simply because you want to retaliate. I mean, what is your intention for planning to get out of this connection? Okay, so I will get to what the universe wants you to know. A message from the universe for our dear Sagittarius here. This is just so quick. Everything seems to be quick. What do you want, Sagittarius, to know? Okay, you got 2 cards. Oh, let's get another one. Just 1 card, please. 1 card, please. For dear Sagittarius, what do you want? Oh, flower spirit. Connect with your inner child. I mean, I'm not saying that you would have to forget about this hurdle or this situation. What I'm saying is that maybe for now, for January, you could take a step back, retreat. I mean, have that conversation with yourself, a meditation retreat perhaps. If not, focus first on your hobbies and what brings you joy. Do that so that you could refresh and you could slough off negative energies and you could start anew. This also speaks of tenderness and of friendship, of inner joy, inner child. In what ways can you channel that inner child, that tenderness in you, so that you could be a friend to your person? Or how can you enjoy life? How can you keep the playfulness in your heart, and find your source of inspiration and joy? I'm not saying that you have to shift your perspective to seeing your person as an inspiration, but I strongly feel that this is something to do with more work on yourself, improving your energy, shifting your energy. Perhaps your energy has been stagnant to a point that our bodies are repositories of negative emotions. It shows up in our body. Sometimes we feel the tension in our lower back. Sometimes we feel the tension in our chest. So the way you could handle that is perhaps exercise or meditation. And once you do, immediately you will feel the immediate effects. I mean, science is right about exercise. And also from the principles of tapping, if you know tapping, emotional frequency tapping, EFT tapping, you shift the energy, you shift you move so that you could ground and you could slough off negative energies, and through that it's like a renewed spirit. So perhaps you are invited right now by the universe to seek that playfulness, to reconnect with the playfulness that resides inside of you, so that you could get a fresh start. I'm not saying that you would start anew with your person, but fresh start, I mean, you would see things from another perspective, or you would have a clear head as you approach this heavy, challenging, let's say burdensome lemon thrown at you by the universe right now. Okay, so continuation of this reading is in the link in the description box below. One more oracle card for you, and I hope to see you next time. My name is A. See you soon. Bye.